Yesterday there was a new moon in Gemini, and we are going to do a tarot spread together to use that new moon energy to build and to grow into whatever needs to build and grow over the next 2 weeks. I'm only going to be pulling one card. If you would like to do the full spread on your own, I'm going to give you all 6 of the cards, or 7 of cards that you can use on your own. The first one would be, where am I at right now? The second one is, what is influencing me? The third is, what have I released since the last full moon? What seeds am I ready to plant? How can I help my intentions grow? What can I rely on during this cycle? And the last card would be what the card is at the bottom of the deck. So with that being said, let's do a tarot reading. Let's breathe in. Hold. Hold. So the card that I got was the 8 of Swords in reverse. So if you have never looked at a tarot card yourself, I want you to look at your tarot card and look at, what do you hear, see, feel, taste, smell, and let's go back to feel for a minute. What do you feel physically, and what do you feel emotionally? Start there. And then from there, you can look at the colors, you can look at the number. From there, you can also look at what was happening before the image, what's happening on the card, and what's going to happen after the card. So that gives you at least 10 prompts for you to learn and what to pay attention to that you can put down in a journal, so that you can actually read a tarot card and see kind of what the energies are trying to tell you for this new moon cycle. So now on to my card. So for me, I'm on a big reversal kick because I just did a couple of other readings for myself earlier today, and they were all reversed as well. So something's blocked, delayed, healing, and internal energy a lot for me right now, but that's beside the point. So looking at the 8 of Swords, first of all, comment what you got on your spread in the video and let us know what your insights are. So for me, with the 8 of Swords, this is usually about a mental trap, feeling mentally trapped. If you're looking at her, she is tied up and she's also blindfolded. And all these swords around here are thoughts. Swords are associated with the element of air, and air is associated with thoughts and communication. So, with that being said, it seems like she's got all these thoughts around her and she's feeling trapped. She's feeling very mentally just unable to move. But if you look at the swords here, all the swords are displaced very widely. So if she wanted to, she could just walk on by. She might get cut because she can't take off the blindfold, but she can still escape. Does it just because, swords are sharp. Swords are meant to hurt people. And words can hurt people. So words and communications and miscommunications can also hurt people. So again, like what I mentioned earlier, we've got blocked, delayed, healing, or internal energy because this is reversed. So over the next 2 weeks with the full moon, probably what I would want to grow with this, at least to be aware of, is where I'm feeling mentally trapped. I want to feel a little bit more in tune with my own thoughts, with my own mentalities. I probably need to pay a little bit more attention to how I communicate to people. And I also even want to change this, instead of to people, since I'm doing this more for myself, how I communicate with myself, since it could be internal energy. I have a feeling that this is a lot having to do with how I can internally communicate with myself to help myself not feel so trapped. I am doing the artist's way right now. I am doing some exercises to help me get more in tune with my art, and my writing and my tarot practice. And I'm evolving. So I think that some of this, there is probably some mental stuff going on in here and some stories that I'm telling myself. There is an exercise in the artist's way, something about your blurts and your affirmations and changing the blurts to an affirmation. And it's an exercise that for some reason I just have not done yet. I'm getting ready to do week 3, and I need to go. I've written a note to go back and do that. So that's just something for me to know for myself. This is probably just for the next 2 weeks, instead of focusing on where I am trapped, let's try to focus on where I am not trapped. Because another thing that kind of comes up when readers look at this card is all the swords, they're upside down, so they could be falling down, falling out. So that's something that I could be paying attention to as well. So with that being said, what did you get? Write down or put it down in the comments what you got. Share what your insights are, and let's come back in 2 weeks and see how we all did.